What's going on, YouTube? It's the Green Shiz here. It is nearing the very end of the year, and I kind of wanted to recap what happened in 2021 and what we got to look forward to next year. Going through basically everything collectible as far as that affected me. Don't really care about you guys, no. But basically what affected me affected you. The things that happened in the market, different things. So kind of just going to recap all of 2021, look out to 2022, and go through what's going on and just get into it. So 2021 was absolutely insane. So before we jump into that, if you wouldn't mind, hit the like button, hit the sub button for the YouTube algorithm. I greatly appreciate it. 2022 is going to be a great year. I cannot wait to jump into it. Back to the regular programming. So 2021 was huge for everything. Starting off, conventions came back with a vengeance. We had some of the craziest conventions for Pokemon collectibles ever. The world's largest national happened in Chicago. Collecticons were huge. Collectors Con in Florida was huge. Some of the largest ever conventions have occurred in 2021. So that's great for next year. I don't see them getting much smaller. Tons of people are seeing this stuff as alternative assets. A lot of collectors are now in the hobby. There's lots of younger kids even in sports cards than ever before. So conventions are on the top of the 2021 list, and we'll get into 2022 in a little bit, see if they kind of what I think on those. But furthermore, 2021 Logan Paul, right? So Logan Paul peaked for everybody in 2020 when he did his first box break. His box break he did in 2021 wasn't that amazing. It was more of the crypto guys, the NFT people buying in, and not actual Pokemon collectors. So that was pretty sad. From that box break, we didn't really get anything from it. As far as a market increase, it kind of just stayed flatlined. It was kind of coming down at that point. Mr. Logan Paul also did a giveaway this month, and he also made some insane purchases. So it's good still to see him and some of the other celebrities in the game, at least the ones that are open about it. Obviously, there's a bunch behind doors that haven't really come out, but it's good just to see him still loving what he's doing, investing this time. So that's great. Our good friends at CGC, I'd say they peaked this year. They started business in 2020 grading Pokemon. In 2021 is when I started getting some of my returns back, and they have a pretty good hold on the market. If you look up eBay listings, there's almost 50,000 CGC listings. If you look up PSA listings, it says 120,000. It's probably somewhere closer to 100 because tons of people in their listings, they put PSA-BGS when it's a CGC slab. So stop doing that if you're doing that, by the way. It's really annoying. But yeah, CGC had a great year. Tons and tons of throughput. They never turned off submissions. They maybe should have, like PSA. Won't get into that. But they're still $60 for an Express. $60 all in. I could grade a 10 Charizard through them, and that's $60. No upcharge. That I don't think. I've never graded that expensive of a card, but I've graded like $3,000 cards and I've never gotten upcharged. So that's pretty crazy. $60 is cheap for something like that high dollar. Talk a little bit about BGS. Very little for 2021. They didn't have much of a 2021. It's probably one of the worst years they've ever had, marketing wise. They pretty much were shut down for a long time. And then they reopened with Express at $250 and $150. Now I think there's a $100 option. They just continue to have a archaic system. They didn't update their website, to my knowledge. So that is very unfortunate. CGC's is really nice. PSA is also really nice. Both really easy to work with. BGS not so much. So hopefully their 2022 is looking a little bit brighter, but we'll see. PSA, Professional Sports Authenticators, they had a hell of a 2021. Correcting their backlog, acquisitions out the wazoo, purchasing Ladder, WADA. Those of you don't know, Ladder is like a online app that you use to track sales prices. So I'm sure it'll get incorporated into their PSA website soon. Golden they acquired. So just crazy, crazy stuff PSA is doing, cornering the market almost. Like it's actually insane that the things they did. But some of the bad things, they did shut down in 2021, or no, 2020. Drawing a blank. 2020 they shut down. Wow. Yeah, it was 2020. Yep. I'm losing time. Yeah, so 2021, they were basically here all year with just accepting some express submissions. They're now down to about $100, but with a limited amount you're allowed to send. I think 5 cards you're allowed to send or something like that. I didn't dig into it. I didn't bother sending any or looking into it because I got a subscription, but I didn't even bother. But they're basically charging out the wazoo for grading, limiting people just to grade cards they either really wanted to or really expensive cards. So 2022 also looks bright for them. We'll get into that maybe a little bit later. This video might be a little bit longer than normal, maybe 20 minutes. But PWCC also had a terrible part time in 2021, but also a great time. Blessing in disguise, maybe, but eBay pretty much wrecked them for shill bidding and deleted their account. They were probably the #1 card seller on eBay. So when that happened, PWCC erected a better website of their own. Were able to do fixed price better than they were, and then also start auctioning cards. Actually, I don't think fixed price existed, so that came up quickly after they were deleted. The fixed price setting for PWCC, I can't remember exactly, but I'm pretty sure it didn't exist, and then it did exist. They always did the PWCC Premier auctions, so they had a great year when they erected the better website, the auctions, the fixed price, everything's runs fluently, smoothly. Their 2022, we're going to talk about that a little bit, but 2021 they did get slapped by eBay, but blessing in disguise, like I said, they have a nice site. Things are going well. They have tons of cards on their site, almost 70,000. So things are looking up for them as far as that goes. We'll see about their updated fees and all that, but we'll see how that plays out. Golden and Heritage, couple names I didn't really know before 2021. Definitely did not know what Heritage Auctions was before 2021. Also, Golden, I might have heard it slightly just in relation to what was going on with Logan Paul, because I think he was there or there was a relationship there or something. But yeah, those two sites are doing a lot of Pokemon. Heritage does a weekly auction with Trading Card Block and video games. They have signature auctions for trading cards, which started in 2021 that I'm aware of. They have done signature trading or video games in the past, but 2021 they got big into the trading cards, so that was good to see. Golden, similarly, they're doing more Pokemon. They're trying to do more Pokemon, and they're also starting their own vault. They started their own vault in 2021, so that was great to see. Competition is key. So having Golden competing with PWCC would be really good. eBay, 2021 eBay remains the Titan, right? Call it Old Faithful. Nothing's really changing there. They're trying to upgrade things with tracking your collection and making it easier to sell raw cards on their site by just scanning it and it auto uploading all the details. So 2022 will be probably refining those a little bit because they're still a little wonky, but that'll be really good. I'm hoping those get fine-tuned and they're pretty smooth. Video games, man. Video games had an amazing 2021. Had an amazing one, and kind of like Pokemon cards where they came back down to earth a little bit. But the record sales, $2 million Mario game, $1.5 million Mario game, just absolute crazy sales for a single game, and nothing has touched that as a single item in Pokemon, unless you count Logan Paul's actual case of first edition base boxes, 3.5 million, but that was 6 items inside of one box. It's like buying a sealed case of Super Mario Brothers 3 Left Bros. It would go for much more than 3.5 million. So, yeah, video games, man, they peaked hard. They went hard. Pokemon games peaked hard and then crashed down to earth pretty hard. But video games have a really good future looking out to like 2022. I'm going to talk about it a little bit more and when I get to 2022, but I'm going to keep moving. We had a couple of different sites pop up. Whatnot, Drip Shop. Those are sites where people were live auctioning cards on Facebook. So Whatnot was like, why not? And made a website for it. It is pretty user friendly. I give them that. There is probably 80% of the sellers are a little sus. 20% are definitely reputable, where they're not trying to rip people off. Because I see tons of times where people do raffles for a card. So this card I bought is $170, and they'll do a raffle for $10 per buy-in, 200 or 25 buy-ins. So the guy who's selling it's going to get $250. Sure. Oh, but it doesn't include shipping, and I don't give a crap. Most of the stuff I'm seeing, 80% of the time, it's ripping off people, and it's bull crap. So it's pretty wild. Drip Shop, same thing as Whatnot. As far as I know, I haven't really dove into it, but I know people are doing Drip Shop instead of Whatnot, or Whatnot instead of Drip Shop. So to each his own. Keep doing what you're doing. Those are cool things to pop up. It's another way to buy cards. Can't really complain about it. Pokemon in general, 2021 peaked probably February. I'd say around February we peaked. We hit the mountain, and then it came down to earth slowly. It's been a slow climb down the hill, I'd say though. I'd say probably for the last 3 months has been pretty flatlined for as far as graded singles go. Maybe a little bit of drop here, a little bit of increase there. It's definitely different when you're looking at different eras of cards. Nothing's the same. So Pokemon has had an amazing 2021. Modern currently is affordable. It was not very affordable in the beginning of the year. You can go now to stores and they have inventory. So Pokemon learned how to print their product and keep running. I think they probably expanded. They got more print machines, it was speculated. So that's probably happened, which is why they're able to print so much product now. I don't think it's a lack of people buying. I think they actually just learned how to hit the print button and let that son of a gun run all night. So I think this type of inventory for Modern is what we have to look forward to going forward in 2022. So we'll probably have inventory on shelves, which is what Pokemon wants. So if that's a bad thing, it's a good thing. Scalpers don't like it, I can tell you that much. They don't they don't like walking in the store, dropping $1,000 in all their product, walking out, and then they restock the entire shelves with $1,000 more product because they can't buy it all. A lot of them. So and they're not making tons of profit because they're just constantly restocking shelves, which is great. Coming from somebody who's never scalped a thing of Modern in my life, so it is what it is. Another kind of negative, tons of grading companies popped up. You got Robo Grading, SRGs, Cure Liable Grading. I could just go on and on and on. It's actually insane how many there are. I hope some of them last, but it's probably unlikely. with the return of PSA, CGC pumping up, BGS kind of coming back to life, you're not going to be seeing a whole lot of happening with some of those grading companies. So it was cheap initial capital investment, so they're able to start their companies. You can buy the Sonic Welder for like 5-6 grand, brand new, like brand new. So you could pretty much start your company with less than $10,000 investment and start rolling, which is really cheap. Um, 2021 also had tons of crypto NFTs. Some of the biggest pushers, Gary Vee, kind of sad to see him die off my subscriptions, just for how much he was pumping NFTs and crypto. Mainly NFTs is pretty annoying. How much every video he posted on YouTube was punching NFTs. I think he's come down a little bit off that from what I might have seen, but man, that was super annoying. Yeah, NFTs are gambling. Crypto is gambling. It's gone down in the last month. We're sitting here end of December, so some of the crypto's going down. NFTs, Gary, I saw he mentioned it on something on TikTok. 99% of NFTs are garbage. You got to find the right one. So good luck. I am not going to be playing that game. So good luck to all of you. 2021 also had MetaZoo get birthed out of Kickstarter. Some of you might not know what that is. It is a collectible card game. Some people play it. I'd say if I had to throw a number at the number of people that own MetaZoo versus play it, I'd say 90% own it and 10% of the people that own it play it. So yeah, it's one of those games. It's MetaZoo to me is like people speculating NFTs, crypto. They're not selling that amazing right now. Like I just walked into a local store and it had tons of the Nightfall, which was only the second set. Tons of Nightfall product. They just released the second edition booster box. In 1 year, they released Kickstarter, first edition, and second edition. 3 prints of one set in a year. Wow. That's pretty crazy. I didn't even think about that till right now. 3 prints of one set in 1 year. That seems really high to me, but teach their own. So I saw they're selling for like $100 for the base set, second edition. Calling it base set too, second edition MetaZoo box. So good luck to you all. Hopefully those Kickstarter boxes hold value. I know they're selling for astronomical prices just because of scarcity alone. I think it was 1,000 of them or something like that. So that scarcity's driving that price. So good for you. Yu-Gi-Oh! Saw a similar thing to video games. They followed similar trend. They peaked this year, coming back down to earth this year. And Pokemon, I guess. They did peak this year and came back down to earth. So Yu-Gi-Oh! Is right there side by side with Pokemon. A lot lower pops for some of those cards, but they do hold quite a bit of value. Gonna jump now, kind of just talking a little bit of 2022. What I see coming up. What good things I see are gonna happen. Some of the facts, some of the unknowns, and we're gonna get right into those. So, because of MetaZoo's success, there is tons of new trading card games trying to follow the same model on Kickstarter. So good luck to you guys. It's not as easy as making a grading company. Making a whole trading card game requires tons and tons of marketing, which is what MetaZoo has done perfectly, getting Gary King Pokemon involved, Collecticons involved. Steve Aoki's a partner. Just they've pulled all the right strings and have had great success with the marketing they've done. So new TCGs, you got to do something similar. Best of luck. Hopefully yours is a little more playable. That'll help significantly. Flesh and Blood, for example, seems to be extremely playable. Has held in pretty large tournaments. I've still, I think, yet to see a large MetaZoo tournament pop off. COVID, I know, but Flesh and Blood did it. So Yeah. CDC pop reports for trading cards surely will drop in 2022 if they don't in the next 2 days or whatever it is. So CDC trading cards will have actual pop reports alive, living. That will be actually insane to see how many tens there are or how few tens there are for some of the vintage sets. I'm really curious. I don't think I've ever seen a base jungle fossil Jim Neo 10 in English from CGC. Only Japanese vintage. I don't think I've seen non-hollow 10s, a few, less than 5. So it'll be really interesting to see those numbers. They're kind of screwing themselves. Won't get into it. Yes, and also stop please giving so many 8.5s. I haven't been a huge victim of these, but they're out there. Some people are getting hosed. The biggest issue I see, like I get more 8.5s on my non-hollows than my hollows. That's what I get upset about. Like I got all these tons. I submit 200 hollows and they all get 9s, maybe a couple 8.5s. And I submit even cleaner non-hollows and they get 8.5 surfaces and they get absolutely destroyed, which is horse crap. So I'm excited for the pop reports. That'll be huge. CGC will also begin grading video games. That'll be brand new branch for them. They're going to get pummeled by people holding because WADA, VGA have been so backed up in 2021. So best believe as soon as they flip that switch to start accepting submissions, you're going to get hosed. You better submit those ASAP, otherwise you're going to be sitting at the bottom of the barrel, just like a lot of people are at WADA and VGA. So you better have those things locked and loaded, packed in a box, ready to ship that day. Otherwise, you're going to be waiting. They're going to be busy. WADA will furthermore release more pop reports. They released just the Nintendo Entertainment System report. It's not even active report. It's not updating fluidly. It was just a snapshot in time when they released it. So that will become more fluid. And then also they'll have all the other consoles. So they say. VGA, question mark, are you going to release them? So I heard something about the end of the year. Here we are, bud. What are you doing? I haven't really kept up on them. Maybe they've announced something recently, but the last I heard, and I swear I keep up on some stuff like that. Like I would have heard something. But I think they're just head severed up their dupa. So that's it. VGA, where are you at? What are you doing? PWCC weekly auctions are going to start in 2022. This is what CGC Pop Reports, PWCC weekly auctions, those are right there with how the exciting stuff coming in 2022. I think a weekly auction for PWCC will be huge, going from 7,000, 8,000 cards a month, ending in the matter of 2 hours, to hopefully a quarter of that, or a fifth of that, 1,500 cards a week or something. That's still an extraordinary amount of cards versus Heritage, who's doing like 90 cards a week. So PWCC weekly auctions, really interested to see how it goes. It's starting in the next 2 weeks. I cannot wait. As a buyer, I'm really excited. So, more Logan Paul purchases. He's been teasing. The $3.5 million box was not his largest purchase, so maybe he purchased some trophy cards. That's what everyone's speculating from SM Pratt. Who knows? There's been some speculation, some messages here and there on E4. I don't know. We'll really see what happens here probably in the next couple months when it all comes to light. But who knows? Because it takes him a long time to produce and upload a video, it seems. So it could be another 6 months till we hear anything about it. If it's anything like the BGS 10 Charizard that he waited 6 months to upload anything or let anybody say anything. So, yeah. Pokemon Recovery, Flatline, who knows? If I had to guess, I would say Modern. This is the new Modern. They're able to print a butt ton of it. They're going to print a butt ton of it. I don't see it unless we have an absolutely insane set. I can't even imagine in my brain what that set would look like. That just flies off the shelves, and I haven't seen it yet. I know they have the cool trainer art Charizard coming out. That's not gonna do it, I don't think, by itself, but who knows? But yeah, I'd say it's probably modern's pretty much here to stay. It's probably gonna flatline for a while. It might get a little worse on some sets. Who knows? I like the way the prices are. I can go buy a box for $80, $100 and feel not terrible about it at all. There's opportunity to buy and hold for a couple of years. So if you got one of those guys sitting on a bunch of money, probably not a bad idea, maybe. Evolving Skies is a pretty good investment in my eyes. I'm not a financial advisor, but it's probably the best set of 2021 based on the polls. And I don't know. I guess we'll see. See how it plays out. The serialized cards from Magic the Gathering is also a huge thing going to happen in 2022. Hasn't really happened with trading cards that I can think of. Unless it happened with Weiss Schwartz, I can't remember. I thought I heard something about it, but I want to say Magic the Gathering is going to be the first one here in the Americas where they serialize trading cards. I'm really curious to see how they do it. Wonder now, will Pokemon serialize in 2022? I want to say I doubt it. Maybe 2023, because I feel like most of the sets were planned already for 2022. And if they do a serialization, it'll be off of a card in the set. And they're just going to print maybe 1,000 of them with a serial number. So it'll be the same art as a current card in the set, and only 1,000 of them will have the serial number. I could see them doing something like that, maybe, but I'd almost say I doubt it for next year. They'll kind of see how Magic the Gathering plays out, and they'll go from there. So that was an extremely long-winded video. I do hope some of this was something for you. I really am looking forward to 2022. It's got some bangers coming off. And I know I didn't even cover it all, what's going to happen, all the unknowns that's going to happen. Because of, if I look at this 2021 list, I'd look at it and be like, there ain't no way that this company would drop and sell and be $10,000 for a brand new trading card box. Like, it makes just the amount of things that happened in 2021 are crazy and nobody could have predicted. So 2022 is going to be just as wild. We got COVID ramping up again, so Godspeed to everybody. Stay safe, stay healthy. I'm out. Peace.